The individuals will be muted. I guess that's just for you, Representative Petrie. If you got any questions, you can jump in anytime you want to. During the roll call, just indicate where you're at physically, not mentally. And then on the things like approval of minutes and things of that nature that don't warrant a roll call, if nobody disagrees, we'll consider it consensus. And if not, if anybody disagrees, we'll do a roll call vote. And there's Dr. McDaniel. All right. Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll now?
Senator Howell, Senator McDaniel, Senator Webb, Representative Jenkins, here. Representative Petrie.
Present in my annex office.
Thank you. Representative Thomas.
Present in the room.
Co-Chair Girdler.
Present in the room.
Co-Chair Freeland.
This is Jason Howell. I was trying to unmute to answer the roll. I'm remote coming in from my district.
All right. Thank you, Jay. Do I have a motion for the approval of the minutes? Can I get a motion? Got a motion by Jason Howell. Oh, that's good. The man with two first names, Walker Thomas. Yeah. Need a second. Representative Freeland. Does any member object? If not, Catherine will do the information items as we start.
Pursuant to KRS 45760 sub 5, University of Kentucky reported two restricted funds equipment purchases totaling $608,000, 600 for UK Chandler Hospital, and $938,900 equipment purchase primarily with restricted funds, although some private funds were used for the Health Sciences Research Building, and also a mobile health unit purchase. Pursuant to KRS 45760 sub 6, Western Kentucky University reported its intent to use $5.5 million in private funds in lieu of agency bonds for its improved softball and soccer complex project under the $50 million construct, renovate, and improve athletics facilities authorization. Pursuant to KRS 45812 sub 1, 6 school districts, none of which needed an additional tax levy to pay debt service, reported upcoming debt issues for new projects. The school districts were Leslie County, Marshall County, Meade County, Monroe County, Paducah Independent, Pike County, and Simpson County. Pursuant to KRS 45A 180 sub 2, the University of Kentucky reported its intent to use a construction management at risk project delivery method for its improved Sanders Brown Center on Aging Neuroscience Facilities project. Pursuant to KRS 56 823 11A, the Division of Real Properties reported a square footage lease modification and did not have any reportable KRS 56 813 sub 2A quarterly leasehold improvements.
All right. Thank you, Janice. Catherine. I'm looking at Janice's name. Thank you, Catherine. Now we've got two things with Janice Thomas, and if I can get a motion to roll those together. Because Senator McDaniel was first, second with Brother Thomas. All right. Janice, you out there in La La Land?
Yes, sir. Can you all hear me?
Yes. You may proceed.
Okay, good. Thank you. Hello, my name is Janice Thomas, Deputy State Budget Director. In accordance with the provisions of KRS 45750 through 45800 and KRS 164A 575 Section 15, I am reporting two projects that have been approved by the Secretary of the Finance and Administration Cabinet. First is the Education and Labor Cabinet Office of Unemployment Insurance System Maintenance and Support Upgrades Project in the amount of $2 million, funded with 100% federal funds from the U.S. Department of Labor. The Office of Unemployment Insurance needs to complete security and software maintenance of the UI system. This project will help secure personal identifiable information and provide database support. It will reduce vulnerabilities, operational risk, and make value-driven improvements to the claims benefits processing capabilities of the UI system. We respectfully request the committee's approval under the authority of KRS 45.760 Section 7A. The second project is the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, Elizabethtown Community and Technical College Student Center Renovation Project. It's a restricted fund appropriation increase in the amount of $800,000. The project was originally authorized in the 2016-18 biennial budget in the amount of $4.3 million, and this increase will bring the total appropriation to $5.1 million. This project has been bid and rebid and still came in over budget. Current construction market conditions have caused an increase in material and labor costs. The design and construction is being pursued through Finance and Administration Cabinet. The Board of Regents has approved the scope increase at its December 3rd, 2021 meeting. The project provides a college credit transfer office, coding academy classroom lab, meeting spaces for student government and other student organizations, and food service student community space. We respectfully request the committee's approval under the authority of KRS 164A 575, Section 15. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Any questions for Ms. Thomas?
Make a motion to approve.
I got a motion to approve. Second, Representative Freeland. If there's no questions, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Howell. Senator McDaniel. Senator Webb. Representative Jenkins. Yes. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Girdler.
Aye.
Co-Chair Freeland.
Yes.
All right. Appropriation increase was approved. Janice, you still there?
Yes, sir.
And this is probably for Senator McDaniel too, is A&R. I'm getting a lot of requests on projects wanting more money. You know, from 100 million to 120 million to, especially on construction. You getting a lot of that? Are you finding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we are. And it's due to the market conditions.
And usually they're 20% or better. Are they're the ones I've saw has been not small dollars.
No, we've seen increases throughout all projects.
All right. Thank you. Scott Aubrey, you out there? Thank you, Janice.
Thank you.
Scott's got some information items. If you'll get into those real quick, if you're out there, Scott.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
All right.
The first item I have is an emergency lease for the Department of Corrections in Mayfield, Kentucky. This lease is required due to the tornadoes that went through on December 10th of 2021. This lease is for $1 and is for 2,919 square feet of office space and is effective December 23rd, 2021, and will expire February 28th, 2022. The second lease that I have is an emergency lease for the Cabinet for Health and Family Services down in Graves County as well, there in Mayfield. This emergency lease is for temporary office space needed due to the tornadoes that occurred on December 10th. This lease will be for 7,410 square feet of office space and will be a one-time payment of $1. The effective date of this became December 22nd, 2021, and will expire February 28th, 2022.
Thank you, Scott. Anybody got any questions? No question. Okay. We got a representative up here to see if you could jew them down a little bit on the price. I think that's the right word to use. You drop them down, I guess. Office of Financial Management. Thank you, Scott. Sandy Williams. Are you out there, Sandy?
Good afternoon.
All right. You may introduce yourself.
Thank you, Chairman Girdler and members of the committee. I'm Sandy Williams, Executive Director with the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority. Pursuant to KRS 224A100, the authority has 4 projects for the committee's review today.
All right. If I can, we'd like to roll those 4 together. Can I get a motion? Motion, Representative Freeland. Second? Second. Representative Thomas. You may proceed.
Thank you. All four of these projects today are out of our Fund F Drinking Water State Revolving Fund program. The first is an increase request for the city of Moorhead. They're seeking a loan increase of $16,570,000 to supplement the regional water treatment plant construction project. The last phase was board approved on May 6th, 2021. This second increase is due to additional supply costs and price increases due to the construction and raw and finished waterline construction phases of the project. This will bring the total loan amount to $44,987,000. The original terms and conditions will remain the same. This will be a 30-year loan with a 0.5% interest rate. And the loan was approved at the February 3rd KIA board meeting. Next up is the Grayson County Water District, who is seeking a Fund F loan in the amount of $7,231,000 for the Grayson County Water District East-West Improvements 2 project. The project consists of comprehensive improvements to the water treatment plant and the distribution system that will result in more reliable and safer water for customers. This will be a 30-year loan with a 0.25% interest rate, and the loan was approved at the February 3rd KIA board meeting. The city of Whitesburg is again also Fund F loan in the amount of $1,660,000 for their water line replacement phase 1 project, which will replace water lines, meters, hydrants, valves, and other related items to enhance the system on the eastern side of the city. This will be a 30-year loan with a 0.25% interest rate, and the loan was approved at the February 3rd KIA board meeting. And the final project today is from the City of London, who is seeking a Fund F loan in the amount of $2,904,000 for their water treatment plant improvements project, which will consist of various improvements to the water treatment plant, repairs to 3 existing water storage tanks, and the installation of a submersible pump station. This will be a 20-year loan with a 0.25% interest rate. And again, this loan was approved at the February 3rd KA board meeting. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do we have any questions for Sandy? All right. If not, we need a motion. Representative Freeland got a motion. Need a second? Second. Representative Jenkins. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Howell. Senator McDaniel.
Aye.
Senator Webb. Representative Jenkins. Yes. Representative Petrie.
Yes.
Representative Thomas.
Aye.
Co-Chair Girdler.
Aye.
Co-Chair Freeland.
Yes.
All right, the 4 drinking water transactions were approved. Thank you, Miss Sandy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We've got Brother Ryan Barrow with us today. We don't need to roll. We've got just the one, and you may proceed, and then afterwards we can do the information items after that.
Sure. Thank you. The first item for consideration today is our State Property and Building Commission Revenue Bonds, Series 126A. This will provide new money for a variety of what we call a buoy or previously issued bonds that have are projects that have been issued in a variety of budget bills that have not had bonds issued for them, and we put it into a pool, and we'll service those general fund projects on an ongoing basis. Included in the packet are also 2 refunding series. It's highly unlikely that we will do those at this point, but we put them in just for inclusion in case the market does move in our direction. But the main focus is the $100 million in new proceeds. The transaction date of sale is estimated for March 9th with delivery on April 5th. we still, even though rates have come up some, we still find ourselves in very low interest rate environment with all-in true interest cost of just over 2.85%. If the refundings were to move a little bit more in the favor, it's a possibility we do those. However, the Series B is showing about $915,000, with Series C just about $2 million of various bonds that those have been estimated to refund. The financing team's in the packet, and we do respectfully request approval.
All right. Have any questions? Senator McDaniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ryan, just two kind of background questions. First of all, how far back do some of the projects go that we're using the pooled bond funds for here?
So 2010 to 12 has 3 projects. There's a de minimis amount for flood control, million economic development, actually KEDFA. So some of those projects, have been allocated, but we don't necessarily need the cash. So I wouldn't just say those projects haven't moved, but the buoy goes all the way from that budget year forward.
Gotcha. And I apologize. I missed that a little further back here. Okay. Secondly, assuming that in the next Fed meeting, or even in anticipation of it, they go ahead and start scaling back on some of their bond purchases, what do we necessarily expect a ripple into the market where we're selling, and what do you expect that to possibly do?
So I don't know if I'd classify it as a ripple. I think certainly there is an effect. So, the state invests money. Obviously, that's a good thing because we've got a lot of cash right now. So higher rates will benefit us in cash investments. In terms of borrowing, it's the opposite. So as the Fed moves, we will see generally over time an increase in rates. But keep in mind, the Fed is short-term rates. And, we look at a rate more at the average maturity. So if we sell this new money series, it'll be 20-year maturity. So the Fed increase doesn't necessarily drive cost of capital up immediately. There's other factors that will affect the yield curve. But it is a good bellwether. Short-term rates go up. Typically at a period in the future, the longer rates will go up as well.
I'm more concerned about what if they scale back their bond buying program or choose to divest of some of their current holdings.
So, directly they're trading in their own paper. So they're not buying our paper. There's still, tax advantage buyers functioning and funding muni projects. So it will have an effect, but it's not like, they're buying bonds in general. It's really just the federal government's trading in their own paper.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? If not, I'd like to entertain a motion.
So moved.
All right, Representative Thomas. Need a second? Second, Senator McDaniel. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Senator Howell,
These are just
Senator McDaniel,
Aye.
Senator Webb, Representative Jenkins, Representative Petrie, Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Co-Chair Girdler,
Aye.
Co-Chair Freeland.
All right. Now we got some information items before we get on. You want to go over those with us so you can do them all and we can get questions afterwards?
Yes, thank you. I'll just make a couple general comments. There's 3 Kentucky Housing Corporation multifamily. So this will apply to the next 3. I believe it's A, B, and C. That, as I said, they're multifamily. There's no extension of credit for the corporation or the Commonwealth. These are the developers' debt. However, each of the projects do receive state private activity that allows them to issue on a tax-exempt basis. So the first transaction to report on is Crossing at Mill Creek. It's a rental facility consisting of 180 units in Louisville, Kentucky. The date of sale was the 21st of December. Net proceeds was $20.8 million. The project itself was just over 38.1, and there's information about the developer as well as the financing team in the packet. Moving on to the second transaction. Again, it's a KHC multifamily. It's 168 units located on multiple parcels throughout Louisville and Jefferson County. The name of the project was Lower Hunter's Trace. 17th of December was the date of sale, with net proceeds at $18.7 million. And the project itself was just above 35.2. Information about the financing team and developers in the packet. And the third and final of the multifamily housing is Mount Lebanon Apartments. It's a multifamily rental facility, 70 units located in Louisville, Kentucky as well. The transaction was sold the 11th of January of this year, 5.6 million proceeds and total project cost just about 16.1 million, with the balance of the information about the team and the developer in the packet. So moving on to the last item to report, the second last, is Murray State University. This was a general receipts bonds, series 2022, series A. Just over $11 million. And this was, as appropriated by the General Assembly, historic building preservation pool. The pricing was on the 6th of January with the closing on the 27th. Final maturity of the transaction will be September 1st, 2041. Total debt service about $15.2 million. As I mentioned before, still incredibly favorable rate environment. Currently, 2.15 was the all-in true interest cost, and it carried an A2, A1 with Moody's, and a AA with S&P in terms of the rating on that transaction.
All right, thank you. Do we have any questions?
I think I have one more follow-up if you
right.
want me to do that whole section. Yes, sir.
Yes.
The last follow-up item, this is a transaction similar to Murray. It was a general receipts transaction for the University of Kentucky. $27.5 million. It was a refunding to refund certain outstanding general receipts bonds 2014 Series B. This was for present value savings and to pay cost of issuance. The total par was $27.5 million. Pricing was the 17th of February and closed January 11th of this year. Final maturity is in 2031, April 1st. The rating was a little higher on that transaction, AA2, AA minus, due to the credit of the university. So that resulted in a little lower cost of funds. The all-in true interest cost there was 1.57, and it was shorter duration, being a refunding. That saved $3 million or 11%, still an incredibly healthy savings. And I know we've talked about this before. This was one of the few transactions that took savings up front, and the approximately $3 million in savings were used for two tax-exempt projects permissible under tax law for the ag complex, improve electrical infrastructure, and that was the majority of the funds, over 2.9 million. About 130,000 was used at the central plant. So that concludes my follow-up reports.
All right. We do have a question, Senator McDaniel. All right. That's it for the information items. Now, Mr. Barrow will continue with 6 SFCC debt issues, but if we could roll them together, if I can get a motion for that. All right, Senator McDaniel, motion. Second. All right. Any member object? All right, Mr. Barrow, you may begin again.
Thank you. As mentioned, 6 transactions for consideration today. They constitute about $195 million in total par. The vast majority of these transactions is local. Over 96% of that par is be locally supported, with just under 4% SFCC supported, about 7.6 million of the 195. As I said, 6 transactions, all new money, and no tax increase was necessary to fund any of these projects. we do respectfully recommend approval.
All right. Any questions? All right. If there's no questions, if we can get a motion in a second for approval, good. Senator McDaniel. Second, Thomas, approval. Madam Secretary, you please call the roll.
Senator Howell, Senator McDaniel, Senator Webb, Representative Jenkins, Representative Petrie,
Yes.
Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Co-Chair Girdler,
Aye.
Co-Chair Freeland.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Barrow.
Thank you.
The next meeting is going to be Tuesday, March 15th. Right now we look at 9 a.m., but that is subject to change or whatever when everybody's available. Can I get a motion to adjourn? I've got a motion to adjourn. We'll see you all Tuesday the 15th. Thank you all.